Nous sommes à Cannes, sur la Croisette, à la rencontre d'un artiste en vogue fin des années 80. Auteur, compositeur, interprète, son talent, sa prestance, son humilité donnent un sens à notre travail. Il a collaboré avec les plus grands, un jour dans la diaspora, avec Leroy Gomes.
Leroy Gomes is a singer, saxophone player that is the founder and lead vocalist of a group called Santa Esmeralda that had very big success in the late 70s, 77 actually, when it was released. And I'm an American-born Cape Verdean. My parents, both sides, were born in America, but they were from Cape Verdean ancestry. My grandmother and grandfather, my mom's side, they came from the island of Brava. Grandfather and grandmother from my father's side, I think they were Santiago or something like that, I'm not sure. But I'll find out. And I ended up playing with a group called Tavares, and in 1971, which is a long time ago, we came on tour here in Europe, and we left after a month of touring. The band went back, Tavares went back to Cape Cod and continued touring over there in the States, and I stayed here and went to Paris, where I started my new life. Well, Santa Esmeralda came a little bit later because I'm talking 1971. In the meantime, I had worked with many groups, a lot of artists, from Gilbert Bécaud to Patrick Gervais. I mean, every artist, in the French artists, I played saxophone on their albums because I was a session musician. And then I worked with Elton John on the Yellow Brick Road album, where I played saxophone. And in 1977 is when I did the album Santa Esmeralda. They say it was 25 million. In the 1900s, there was a big exodus of Cape Verdeans that left the islands and went all over the world, actually. But a big community is in Massachusetts, New England in general, Boston, and New Bedford, Massachusetts, where there's a big community. And we all just grew up and became Americans, but in reality, we're all Cape Verdeans and we didn't know it. Of course, we did know it, but we have learned to live the American life. We had a wonderful chance to explore and to grow in an American atmosphere. Tavares, I was lucky enough to play saxophone for them from the age of 18 to 21, and then we did a lot of touring on the east coast of America, Canada, in the islands, Puerto Rico, and a lot of places like that. And then we came to Europe, and I wanted to sing, and I couldn't sing because, you know, 5 brothers, the Tavares brothers, so I decided to leave them and I stayed in Europe. Basically, I do a lot of shows. I work a lot in Italy. I do a lot of shows in Europe in general. I'm leaving to go to do a show in Miami in November. In December, I'm in New York City at a casino up there. We're planning a tour, big disco tour in March of 2017 to mark the 40 years of disco. So there'll be the Village People, Boney M, Gibson Brothers, George McRae, Anita Ward from Ring My Bell. A lot of disco artists will be doing this tour throughout France. And of course, I'm working on an album for hopefully to have out at the same time, because there's going to be 40 years of disco and 40 years since I released Santa Esmeralda. So it's a big year next year.
You can't fool all the people all of the time. but if you fool it right once, then the rest will fall behind. Tell me who's got control of your mind, your worldview. Is it the news or the movie you taking your girl to? Know what I'm saying? Cause Uncle Sam got a plan. If you examine what they telling us, then you will understand what they planting in the seeds of the next generation.